We want to solve some complex indices here, and I have an example on the board. Solve 2 power 2x minus 3, 2 power x in brackets plus 2 is equivalent to 0. So they want us to find the value of x. I want to remind you a few things here before I begin. That remember, 2 power 2x is the same as 2 power x dot 2 power x. Dot here I mean multiplication. Just law number 1, the law of multiplication. If the bases are the same, we take one of the base, and what do we do to the power? We add the power. X plus x, so that is 2x. So in other words, what I am saying is this: if I have something 3, for example, to the power of 3m, for example, then this is the same as 3 power m times 3 power m times 3 power m. If we apply the law of indices here, the bases are the same and these are multiplications. So we'll take the bases and we'll add the powers, which finally becomes to 3 power m. So we should be aware that 2 power x simply means 2 power 2x simply means 2 power x times 2 power x. So I think that is clear. So let's solve this particular indices, this question. So 2 power x, I want to break it. This is the same as 2 power x times 2 power x minus 3 in brackets. 2 power x plus 2 is equals to 0. We'll let 2 power x be a number. Let's say call it maybe a letter of your choice. Letter m, I've chosen m. So this is m and this is m. M times m, m squared minus 3. What is this? 2 power x. I had said 2 power x is m. So this is 3 times m. This is m plus 2 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. That is a quadratic equation. So you solve it quadratically using either factorization, use completing square method. You can solve using quadratic equation and etc. So I'm not going to solve this question because I believe you know how to use quadratic equation, unless if you are not well conversant with the topic, you can raise the question, we discuss it later. So this is a quadratic equation. If you solve this quadratic equation, you discover that m is 1 or m is 2. It will have 2 roots. M is 1, m is 2. If you solve it quadratically, irrespective of the method you're using, the answers will remain to be 1 and 2. So what we do, we substitute this here. We were not asked for the value of m. After all, m is my letter of choice. You are asked for the value for what? For value of x. So that's what we want to solve. We had said here, let 2 power x be m. But, I'll begin with this, but m is 1. So 2 power x is equals to m. What is m? 1. Which number when you raise 2 to the power of that number, you get 1. 2 power what? You get 1. 2 power 0, the x is 0, because if you raise any number to power 0, the answer is 1. So here, this value of x must be what? 0. That is the first value of x. We can also say 2 power x is equals to m. I'm still here. But now my m is no longer 1. We have used 1. My m is 2. So this is 2 power x is equals to m. What is m? 2. But remember 2, there is a 1 there. So the bases are the same. So what do? We equate the power. So the other value or the other answer for x is 1. So x has two values here, 0 or 1. Let me solve number 2. I hope that is clear. Number 2, solve. Number 2 here, we are requested to solve 2x plus 1 plus 5 power 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. Minus 3 is equivalent to 0. Is equivalent to 0. So what I want to do is this. I want to show you how we are going to break this first. Remember, so I'm here, 2 power 2x plus 1 simply means this is 2 power 2x times 2 power 1. Is that correct? Yes. Because if we apply the laws of indices, then we will say the bases are the same. What do we do to the powers? We add the power. So we add and say this is 2x plus 1. So in other words, this is 2x dot, or rather 2x times 2 power 1. Which I can, so 2 power 2x is the same as 2x times 2 power 1. So I've broken this to this, and I've shown you the way it comes to that. I can also further break this 2 power 2x to what? I can further break 2 power 2x. I had done that previously. 2 power 2x is the same as 2 power x dot 2 power x. If we apply the laws of indices, if this is multiplication, the base is the same. What do we do to the power? If this is multiplication, we add x plus x, 2 power x. I'm just doing a repetition of question 1. So 2 power 2x is the same as 2x times 2 power x times 2 power x. So in other words, 2 power 2x plus 1 is the same as this. 2 power x, I'm still from at 2 power 2x, times 2 power x times 2 power 1. If I am to employ the laws of indices on these 3, the bases are the same. This is multiplication. What will I have? Base. I'll pick one of the base and I will add the powers. 2x plus x, 2x plus what? 1. Are they not the same? It's the same. So in other words, 2x plus 1 is the same as 2 power x times 2 power x times 2 power 1. That is what I wanted a student to understand. You must first break these sums. So this is the same as 2 power x times 2 power x times 2 power 1 plus 5 2 power x minus 3 is equals to 0. Let 2 power x be of a letter of your choice, which I can say maybe y. So what is this? This is y. This is y. Y times y, y squared, times 2 power 1. 2 power 1 is simply 2. So that is 2y squared. So this one becomes to this. This becomes to 2 power 2y plus 5. What is 2 power x? 2 power x tumesema iwe y. Let it be y. So this is y. Minus 3 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation. So you solve it quadratically using either completing square method, quadratic equation, factorization. You can also use graphs if you want, etc. as long as you solve it. So if you solve it, you'll discover that our y our y will be a half, or my y will be negative 3. If you solve that sum quadratically, you'll discover that the answer will be a half or negative 3. So let's substitute this here, where we had said let 2 power x be y. But now I have y, but y is equals to a half, and a half in indices, it is written as 2 power negative 1, the laws of negative indices. Negative indices, a half is the same as 2 power negative 1. So this is the same as 2 power x, this is equals to y, but what is my y? 2 power negative 1. Bases are the same. So what is the power? What do we do to the powers? We equate the powers. So the answer here is x is equals to negative 1. Or let 2 power x be y, but now my y is what? Negative 3. So 2 power x is equals to negative 3. 2 power x is equals to negative 3. This is impossible. You cannot solve such a sum. So the only answer to this question is x is equals to negative 1. Negative 1. Lastly, I want to do one more question. Then I think it will be very, very clear to the student. One more question. Just one more. You are told to solve for x. Solve for x in, you are told 3 power 2x plus 2 plus 26, 3 power x minus 3 is equivalent to 0. Is equivalent to 0. Let's solve this. Let's solve this particular equation. So we have to break this. 3 power 2x plus 3 is the same as 3 power 2x times 3 power 2. 3 power 2. So this is the same as 3 power 2x times what? Times 9. 3 power 2 is 9. So I've just broken this. Further, now you should be aware that 3 power 2x is the same as 3 power x times 3 power x. So just to also bring 9, then it becomes 9. So I've broken that. So to rearrange the equation, 3 power 2x plus 2 plus 26, 3 power x minus 3 is equals to 0. If I have broken this, then this is 3 power x dot 3 power x times 9. I've shown you how I've gotten that. Plus 26 in brackets 3 power x minus 3 is equals to 0. Let 3 power x be a letter of my choice. And now I've chosen letter n. So this is n times n squared times 9. 9 plus 26. What is 3 power x? N minus 3 is equals to 0. This is n squared times 9. 9n squared plus 26n minus 3 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation which you are supposed to solve quadratically using the quadratic formula or factorization, etc. and etc. So if you solve that sum quadratically, you will find that my n here is equals to 1 over 9, or n is equals to negative 3. N is negative 3 or 1 over 9. So what do we do? After getting those answers, you come and fix them there. You substitute them there. We had said that let 3 power x be what? N. But now my n is 1 over 9. What is 1 over 9? 1 over 9 is the same as in index form 3 power 2, which is the same as 1 over 3, which is the same as, 1 over 3 power 2 in index form is the same as 3 power negative 2. Negative indices. Negative indices. So 3 power x will be equivalent to 3 power negative 2. Are the bases the same? Yes. So what do? We equate the power. So x here is negative 2. And also remember that we have all 3 power x, this one, let 3 power x be n. What's the other value for n? The other value for n is negative 3. This is impossible to solve because this is a negative and this is positive. Impossible. You cannot solve that. So we can conclude by saying the answer for this question is x is equals to negative 2.